Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for this week's budget with me. It is the first week of the month and I'm gonna dive right in. You'll see it's actually been 2 weeks. I am behind, I'm terrible, I know, but it's all tracked, it's all in here, so I'm still accountable. We've got this. The first thing that I do, if you guys are new here, I have an irregular income. So I've been tracking my income all month. The orange was the planned income from nannying, and then the little brackets in the black ink are things that have been added on to my income throughout the month so far. So the first thing I'm going to do is add up the 1st through the 6th as the first week of the month through the first Sunday and figure out what my income has been so far. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see more of the details. And I apologize in advance if I start doing stuff off of screen. It's just hard for me to keep track of what's visible right now and what's not. So my income for this week was $730, which was $20 more than I expected originally. I'm gonna write it in here in my planner budget setup for the month. Part of the video where I filled this out got cut off, so just so you know, I put my goals: $3,700, fund my emergency fund, apply to new jobs, and find the extra $1,570 to reach the $3,700. And I'm going to track my income both by type of income and by the week, just to keep it down somewhere. So $730 for the first week, and I got an extra hour of work that day because they asked me to stay later. Now diving into the scary stuff is the expenses for the week. The first item on the list is Starbucks dining out. I went on a bit of a Starbucks binge at the start of this month. I'm ashamed to admit, but it's fine. It'll all work out. So I'm gonna start by doing my dining out expenses. I also went to Olive Garden during one of my awkward lunch breaks between jobs. Occasionally I get sort of stranded on the other side of town, and I decided to go get the soup and salad deal, and they had Wi-Fi, so I was able to get some of my work done. Dining out, where else? Dining out here, $4.58. Coffee. Unfortunately, I was starting to get us drinking coffee at home more, but I keep not actually setting up the coffee pot in the morning, and then if I'm like on my way home from work, Lex will be like, hey, can you pick up coffee? And it's a vicious little habit. 36 plus 76, 86. We went to see Joker at the Alamo, and super good. I enjoyed it. And then more coffee and more coffee. Terrible. So I spent $130.86 eating out for the week. Now let's look at the groceries, because that's usually the first 2 expenses I look at. $152.70. It had said $153, but because I sometimes do mobile pickup, it's about a $7 fee, but they estimate the total and they take that out of your account, and I keep putting it in here, and then later it gets adjusted when more coupons go through that they didn't catch the first time, I guess. I don't really know what's happening there, but it always lowers instead of increasing, so I'm okay with it. $163.71, so not too out of budget for that. Then transportation, I paid $2 for parking when I went to an audition, as well as $6 parking at Alamo, so $8 total for parking. Put it down here in other. Next up, I bought a gift for one of the kids that I nanny. I got her mom collar because she's at the age where she really likes pretty gems and things like that, and she also loves board games. So I was like, Ankala is both of those things put together. If you don't know what that is, it's a game that has a bunch of little circles and you move marbles around in it until you run out. It was a big fun game when I was little, so I thought she might like it. That was $33.75. I renewed my Clean Food Dirty Girl subscription because they just updated their classroom and now you can customize it in a way that you didn't used to be able to. You can do different portions, different serving sizes, well, not serving sizes, but you can make like 2 servings or 4 servings or 10 servings depending on what you want. And it's so wonderful because now if there's a recipe I don't want, it's really easy to just take it out. Or if there's a recipe that I really want to try but I know Lex won't like, I can now make it and actually try it and not be limited in that way. And I really, really love the company and I just want to support it. So I am all there. And then $39.75 for gas, and that is it for the week. Easy peasy. So I'm going to quickly go through and add it up. So I start with the $730 I made, and this is how I reconcile my budget because of my freelance income. I'm able to stay on top of it and know how much money I have going into each week, which is really nice. And you don't have to keep track of it. Like, you could just erase or subtract all of the expenses and write the total, but I sort of like the gut punch of, oh, I spent too much on that. Look how much money that took from the grand total, sort of a thing. Sort of self-flagellation of, you spent this much, now you only have this much money. Okay, $39.75 for gas, minus $8 for parking, and then the $33.75 for the game. Brings my total going into next week to $328.93. So that is it for this week's budget with me. If you are curious, the planner I am using is the Living Well, Spending Less planner. I think it's just the Living Well planner, but it's from the brand Living Well, Spending Less. And then I have the Clever Fox planner for the regular income calendar and my expense tracker. It works perfectly because there's 4 pages of expense trackers, so 1 for each week of the month. It's perfect for me. If you guys haven't yet, please like and subscribe, and I will be back next week with my next budget with me. Bye.